But I think this is really, really important for me, which is really, I wrote this a long time ago. And every textile we create, every fiber we regenerate, we fight for a better future. This is so important for me. It's in my blood, and I think this is really what we need to do today. And obviously the vision, we need to heal this rift between people and planet, because this is the fundamental problem of people not being connected, related, respecting, and this is to me everything, right? It's not about a product, it's about this. A product comes next, of course. And obviously the product is about this as well, ethics and economics as one, because if we don't have that in today's world, as far as I'm concerned, it's not worth having a business. And if we do it the right way, or at least we try to do it right, others will be inspired, others can follow this. And again, this is very important for me. This is the beauty, 27 million tons of waste that we can use. Hypothetically, is 27 million tons. You can imagine the huge amount of products that we can make. And this is with the waste from agriculture, without planting one single pineapple, using no land, no water, no pesticides. This is the way to go forward. So the pineapple production is a rotating crop. If somebody doesn't know, this is my favorite plant, of course, and this is the one that I know best. 18 months rotating, so we've got pineapples all year around, which is quite an important thing. Then what do? We actually have agreements from small cooperatives to actually a big corporation in the southern part of the Philippines, to middle companies that they do develop, they grow fruits and they want to use the waste. Pineapple is the second or the third most important popular fruit in the world, so there is a lot of waste everywhere. So what they do is, once the harvest has been done, there's a lot of women in here, so this is, you can see, and these are new jobs. They didn't exist before, and this to me is the wonderful thing. They go into the fields, they gather the leaves, they bring them into the cooperative, their center, where we usually give them the machines. They extract the fibers, you can see. Now, this is special for you, Iris, because this is the most terrible decorticating machine ever. You can hear me, right? Oh, sorry, it's the next one. Hey, I could see it in here, okay? Because this is one of the first ones we developed, but this is the ones that we gave away to the last cooperative that we're working with. But we are actually developing better machines. We have better ones, but the decorticating machine, mechanically, it extracts the fibers, and then the biomass can be used as an organic fertilizer. This is some of our ladies as well. The fibers are washed with water and dried in the sun. Sorry, okay. Then it goes to a purification stage, which is done with enzymes, and that is done in our companies. We've got a company also in the Philippines. We also have another company in Spain where we do this cottonizing of the fibers, which is called. So the first, let me see where we are. Okay, yes. The first product that we have is Anam pulp. Anam is an Irish word which means soul. And this is Ananas Anam. So that's the name of the company. But pulp is pineapple leaf fibers. So this is the beginning of everything. And as we evolve, we realize, my God, we have this, I call it our golden nugget, it's like you wool, it's the beginning of everything. Why don't we do something and share this pineapple fiber with everybody? So now this is what we say, this is a new product, Anam pulp. So we've got people like spinners that they might use it. We've got people that they want to use it to blend with their own different fibers. So this is the beginning of everything, but the beginning of a new material for us. Don't go too much into this, but I think you really can see the importance of using these kind of fibers, right? It helps farming community, it has no toxic and no chemicals, it's really balancing, giving a lot of employment where there isn't, etc., etc. And this is where we are. Good morning, everybody, or good morning, the new people. And this is our basically fiber network. The headquarters is in London, as we know. Then we are in In Spain, we have a new fiber processing center because we're getting fibers from Ivory Coast. They come from Africa. We have a business partner which they bring fruit from Ivory Coast into France. So we're using the same shipping lines that they have their own shipping lines to bring the fibers, which is fantastic. The Philippines is the source of everything. We're starting in also Bangladesh, which is another wonderful story. They weren't doing this, they were just having organic pineapples, and they said, please, can we give more job to women, actually? And there's about 122 or something women working, extracting these fibers. And I just want to say super quick that one thing that I love, they said, I wasn't there yet, but they said, you know, what is it about this job? And they said, we feel safe. And to me, I thought, wonderful, you know. They feel safe working in that environment. They get some, they've got chickens all around, you know, running around, so they get eggs and they get bananas, so they get protein, because they look after their children. First of all, it's the children. But they feel safe working in that environment. To me, that was so, so important. So this is basically how it is. We're starting to work in Costa Rica, but it's just at early stage. So this is the biodiversity that we can move in. And this is the factory. This is my new home, not quite, but this is where I work now. This is where we, as I said, we bring the fibers from Africa mainly and Bangladesh. We purify them, there you are. We had to do all the tanks, everything. So this, again, import different skills, different knowledge and different qualities, because now we understand the fiber. It's so hard to get from a raw fiber into a cottonized fiber. Anybody in the textiles will know about this, that is really right. It has to go through, you know, purification, carding, more carding, less carding. It's quite skilled. So this is our place. We just put the logo up only last week. So it's like now we have a home in Spain. It's quite nice. Piñatex is the product, right? It's a non-woven material and it's used with the color. It colors very well. We use mainly bioresins. We still have about 5% petroleum-based resins to get the technical characteristics we need. And it's the beginning. You know, we have Piñatex Original, now we have different collections coming along. But I think I better go quick because I know my time's nearly probably ready. But this is kind of the different stages, you know, from, as I said, this is already the textile stage, okay, from the material, which has already been purified, the non-woven, the coatings, and also the lab. We just got a lab, the first lab in our lives in Ananas Anam in Spain, and it's quite wonderful because then we can do testing there. So we have, you know, somebody doing all the testing. This is really how we are making sure that we can back up this new supply chain. This is the whole thing. And this is the supply chain of Ananas Anam, Piñatex first of all. So there is this is the real closed loop cycle in the farming community. The other one is really not closed yet because we're still working on how do we recycle the degradation of these fibers when you mix them with something. But this is a ongoing process all the time. This is a new product in a yarn, which is the fibers that you saw. And at the moment, we work with different mills in different parts of the world, in the Philippines, in Spain and Portugal. And we are mixing it with lensing fibers because they're cellulosic, they're really, you know, it's a closed loop, but it can be mixed with cotton, you know, organic cotton, etc. And this is really to always think, is there another market? What else can we do with these fibers to really expand the use of the fibers? And the wonderful thing of them is that this is one that it is fully compostable because it doesn't need any resins. It's 100% traceable. Think of the yarns that we use. My God, you know, it's so rare to have a yarn that is fully traceable, and we have that. So I'm very proud of this. This is our yarn. This was in St. Marcos last week, I think it was. This lovely girl, Sylvia, she did an amazing job with the piña yarn. We were so impressed. This is also how we like to work, to help students. Usually every year we always have people, can we use your yarn, can we use something? So we sponsor a student and she made magnificent work, absolutely beautiful. So this is how we expand our world as well. Okay, I think this is a really nice example of circularity. Okay, agriculture, we take the fibers, but the biomass goes back. And it's good to work with the small people and big people, like the big, we work with Dole in the southern part of the Philippines, because they have developed the first ever that I have seen an anaerobic digester, which is half of the size of this room. But they're using all the waste, they're using all the biomass to really convert it into real good organic fertilizer, which is amazing. So to me, this is wonderful. Yes, this is pretty good. 11 out of 17, this is, UN Sustainable Development Goals. This is how we can really see the reach of our little company. Sometimes I think, damn, certifications, right? They really, we need them. People ask for them, they cost money, people make money with certifications, but at the end of the day, it's really good to know that we are REACH compliant, we are approved by PETA, we are, a B Corp. All these things, they really give us the credentials, and also seeing that this supply chain that we develop, this absolute intention to use less water, to use less electricity, to use all these things, they are there. And when we're saying B Corp, that we have to do, every 2 years, you have to really be recertified. I don't know if anybody here, are you B Corp? Okay, so you know all about it, right? It's tough. You really have to go through everything. Well, yeah, this is our third year, I think it is. But it is a wonderful thing, because number one, it brings awareness to ourselves, and to think, wow, I mean, you work in, at least you've got a centralized place, but we work in so many different countries. And of course, energy in a place is like, what are we doing? Why, how can we reduce the energy? So this is really, in fact, this is our, certifications. This is really showing we are making an effort and we're really getting there. That's it. Okay, this is quickly. I think no company can survive without important collaborations, and this is what we're trying to do. I'm just going to go through a few of them, and we're trying to have people that they are trying to be, or they are going in the same direction as we are. I don't know if anybody knows EcoAlf. There is no Planet B. You might know it for that. It's a Spanish company, actually, that they're trying to do everything in a very sustainable manner, and we just launched this collection with them. With our product. This is the one I was telling you about. This is us in the farm, Caterpillar. So we went there, we asked Caterpillar, please, can you give us shoes for the people we're going to make it with? So they gave us shoes. So these young boys, they were so excited. Imagine having a Caterpillar. They cost a lot of money, right? It was so nice. Zara, again, you think, damn it, Zara. Yes, we have to work with everybody, because otherwise, how are we going to put the message out there? We have to share, we have to really help in a way, right? Because otherwise, we can't really be exclusive little bubble in here. I think it's important. And also, they made pretty good job. There were all the product, they made a very nice collection, and it was made in Spain and Portugal, and the price is right. I mean, instead of having to pay, I've got Paul Smith shoes. They cost a lot of money in a way, but these are like 40, 50, 60. We can afford this. So this is another very important thing. They did a good job. And then we've got the top of the top Marichi, which stands in places like services, beautifully made, but again, is to show the different levels of status of the product as well. And no, we are luxury as well. So the luxury has different levels. So this is the top luxury. You can maybe pay a lot of money for this, but that's fine, meaning that you're willing to pay, and you go to Zara and you pay less money, you still have this other bracket on pricing. People think, and some people know how to work with Piñatex so beautifully. She's amazing. She does an amazing job. And it's a pleasure to see people using these products so creatively. Guo Pei, you know Guo Pei? of course, is a top couturier in Paris, but she's Chinese. And she took Piñatex as a theme, and her theme was really to save the savannah and the wild animals native in Africa. But she did an extraordinary job. Imagine, you know. So it's wonderful to see that we go from high street to top of the top. She's top. Watches. I come from a watchmaking family, 4 generations, and when I tell them we're making watch straps, they don't believe me still. It's something nice. Okay, so it's interiors. Irene, she's in Holland, and she makes lovely things. In fact, the backing of those panels is coir, coconut coir. Yeah, so it's nice. Oh, this is these are the boys.
Our project is to make pineapple leaves into natural fiber.
We're building a community who's into agriculture.
And this is our new logo, actually. Together. That's it.